Come on, man. Not only your best player, but one of the preeminent handful of top players in the world. I'm really excited about that. And, Kawhi's in the gym, he's working, and we got our fingers crossed, everything.
Kawhi Leonard, right? He's when healthy, he's a top 5 player in the NBA. Paul George, we know what he's capable of doing. He showed us signs of that last year and before that he's back. I'm looking at this Clippers team and I'm like, look, if they're healthy next year, they should be the favorites going into the season. No disrespect to the Golden State Warriors, right? I understand y'all won it. But the Clippers healthy, they're my favorite and my pick to win it all.
YouTube, what it do? It's your boy Professor Oops. If you end up liking this video and want to see more like it, subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Comment down below if you end up subscribing to the channel and I'll make sure to leave a reply. Alright guys, today's topic is going to be about Kawhi Leonard, my favorite player, and why I feel like he has something to prove next season. And why he feels like he has something to prove next season. It's no secret that Kawhi Leonard didn't play the whole entire 21-22 season due to a partial tear in his ACL. There's been a lot of reports lately speculating that he could be making his return next season, which I'm personally excited about because we haven't seen Kawhi Leonard play basketball in over a year, and not being able to watch one of your favorite players play basketball, it's hard. So let's go over this Sports Illustrated article that was posted a few days ago. It reports Kawhi Leonard expected to play in preseason games. Kawhi Leonard continues to recover well from his ACL injury. Now, this is big news, especially for Clippers fans, because we know that Kawhi Leonard tried to make his return last season, in the middle of last season, but he wasn't able to do that due to the uncertainty of, if the Clippers were going to be able to contend or not, if we were going to make the playoffs, which we didn't. We ended up losing in a playing game to the Minnesota Timberwolves, and Paul George didn't even play that game because of health and safety protocol. So, that was kind of a blessing in disguise for us. And I say that was a blessing in disguise for us because if Paul George and Kawhi Leonard are not going to be playing, at the same time, then what's the point of even trying to contend? You know what I'm saying? So I've always been an advocate of Paul George and Kawhi being back fully healthy so that we can, see what this team is fully about. There's no point of having one guy play this amount of games and not play, and then this guy plays amount of games and not play. Like, it doesn't make sense. So, us losing in a playing game, I feel like was a great opportunity for us to fully just connect as a team, get all our pieces together, and really come back fully healthy. All right, so we have another article from Sports Illustrated that headlines Kawhi Leonard's trainer predicts best version of superstar next season. LA Clippers superstar Kawhi Leonard is coming back strong from his ACL injury. So we're hearing from multiple sources. We're hearing it out the mouth of the Clippers owner, Steve Ballmer, that you saw at the beginning of this video, that Kawhi Leonard is healthy. He's in the gym, he's working, he's trying to make a comeback. And, this is just nothing but great news. Now I just want to get into, now that he's healthy, I want to get into more of why I feel like he has something to prove next season. This picture was posted today, actually, by the Clippers Instagram, and Kawhi's looking good, man. I screenshotted the video. It was actual video. I just wanted to take the screenshot and show you guys, dude is looking, he's looking jacked, man. The guy's is looking like he's been working. We all know Kawhi Leonard has a legendary work ethic. He was working with Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest players of all time, one of the most skilled players of all time. So it's no surprise that Kawhi Leonard, once he got back healthy, he's using all his opportunity to make sure he's at his best form for next season. But man, next season, I'd be lying if I said Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers didn't have anything to prove, man. If we just take it back to 2020, man, them blowing the 3-1 lead, that series was just, I'm still, as a Kawhi fan, I'm still in shock to this day that we didn't win that series. We were up 3-1. There was no excuses to lose that series, man. Paul George, he wasn't, in the right state of mind mentally. Lou Will, there were reports of him at Magic City, you know, so he wasn't even there mentally. Montrezl Harrell, he had just lost his grandmother that summer, I believe. So it was just a hard time for the Clippers, man. That was just bad, man. And then Doc Rivers being the coach that blew the most 3-1 leads in NBA history, that's not good. That's not good at all. So we come back the following season with a completely new roster. We get rid of Lou Will, we get rid of Montrezl Harrell, we get rid of Doc Rivers and hire Ty Lue. And Paul George comes back with a new mentality that season. And due to that, the Clippers ended up making their first conference finals in franchise history, you know, which was a pretty big deal last year. And man, people forgot the legendary numbers that Kawhi Leonard was putting up before he got hurt. We're talking 30 points per game, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, a block on 57, 40, 88 shooting. 57, 40, 88 shooting from the field. The man shot 57% on 30 points per game as a perimeter player, guys. The level of efficiency is unmatched. This is why he's one of my favorite players of all time. On top of that, giving you all NBA defense as well. Like, unbelievable. Which brings us to the 21-22 season, which, like I said earlier, Kawhi Leonard missed the whole entire season with plans on coming back in the middle of the season, but didn't because the team was not in a contending position. Which then now brings us to the 2022 offseason, where we acquired point guard John Wall in a buyout deal from the Houston Rockets. And I feel like this was the move that the Clippers should have made since day one, since Kawhi and PG arrived in LA. We should have had a point guard to help Kawhi and PG, you know, get easier looks and take a lot of the pressure off of them. John Wall is a great acquisition for the team. His pace, his speed, his IQ, his ability to move the ball around and get you 10 to 11 assists per game while getting you 16 to 17 points. I think that's perfect for what the Clippers need for next season. We don't need 2015 John Wall. We don't need him to come in averaging 25 and 12 assists. You know, a respectable 16, 5, and 7 will be enough. You know, the Clippers have needed a playmaker for a long time, and now that we've got one, I feel like it raises the ceiling of this team and puts us in a position to really maximize the assets that we have on this team. When you look at the bench and you look at the depth of this team and you look at guys like Norman Powell, Luke Kennard, Robert Covington, Nick Batum, Terrence Mann, you know, the list goes on, Marcus Morris Sr. This team is deep, and now that we've acquired John Wall, the point guard that we've needed to, you know, put this thing together, there's not really a lot of more excuses for the Clippers next season. Everybody has them as their. You heard Kendrick Perkins at the beginning of the video. He saw the Golden State Warriors win, and he still has the Clippers as his favorites, as his favorites to win a championship next season. You know, and I think that says a lot. You know, to have a team winning over a team that just won the championship. We all know Kendrick Perkins says some crazy things, but I agree with him on that statement right there. Not because Kawhi Leonard is my favorite player, but because if you look at this team and you look at the depth that we have, and you look at the players that we have, and the culture that we've built, you know, it all sounds important to, you know, at least the conference finals or finals next year. You know, I feel like if we don't make the finals next year, it's a bust season, if you ask me. But that's just my opinion on the whole situation. I would definitely like to know other people's opinions and you guys' opinions about the Clippers and how far they can make it next season. Kawhi Leonard is going to come back with a vengeance next season, and I do believe we will see a better version of Kawhi Leonard next season. When you look on paper, this Clippers roster is probably the best Clippers roster in franchise history. I mean, when you look back at the Blake Griffin, CP3 Clippers, those were great teams, but this team right here has a mix of depth, continuity, star power, and great coaching, and I feel like that is a recipe for a championship season. So yeah, definitely let me know you guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. It's your boy Professor Hoops, and we'll see y'all later. Peace.